All righty. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Coach, do you have any opening remarks?
Yeah, I thought it was a good weekend for us. Certainly don't like to lose two games, but I thought the play from game one to game two, we tightened some things up and we're able to kind of have a little bit of defensive success. Obviously, still looking to try to generate offense against a tough opponent like Wisconsin. When we don't have the puck a lot, it's tough. But I was pleased with their performance and excited for this upcoming weekend at Bemidji.
You can open it up to questions. Do we have anything from the Zoom, Ryan?
Joel, how did you feel about special teams over the weekends? It looks like you guys weren't able to get anything on the power play. You feel like that's a struggle right now, or is it just kind of just playing a really good team and they were just good on the kill?
Yeah, I think we're in a little bit of both. Our power play, I think we draw a lot of penalties because we work hard and we're still working towards, some cohesion and some, skill difference in our continued transition from D3 to D1 to be able to kind of match up against, which this weekend was a defending national champion, or I guess not defending, but a several time national champion and one of the best teams in the league and one of the best teams in the country. So I don't always look at our power play success percentage as anything, but I do look at what we're doing, how we're moving the puck. Are we generating offensive opportunities? And I think we are. It's just a matter of time before those things kind of click and connect, and that in years to come, when we can feel really good about our power play units, I think you'll see some more production, so to speak. But right now, it is what it is to a certain extent.
How's the confidence in the locker room right now? I remember last year when you played teams like this, everybody was still in great spirits and like that. Do you feel like that's still the case? Everybody's still having that good confidence going into the next weekend?
Yeah, I think we are. We've got a great room. Last week, I was a little, concerned, not with our team specifically, but as a college coach for a number of years. You get to the end of January, early February, and most teams go through a really just kind of a tough time. School is kicking back in and everybody's tired, and the season's getting long and the playoffs are still just far enough out where it's hard to find motivation. And I thought last week we had a great week of practice, and I expect the same this week. I think our team is in great spirits. The culture, the positivity is still there. Last year it was maybe for a different reason because everything was new. This year I feel like it's just because we've got great leadership, and our players really enjoy coming to the rink every day and hanging out with one another. So they understand that it's not always going to be perfect on the ice. Some of that's because we're imperfect. Some of it's because of our opponents are pretty good. But yeah, the attitude, the excitement is still there, and I'm excited for this weekend.
You had a lot of success against Bemidji when they played here. Are you expecting kind of the same thing from them this time around again?
I think Bemidji is one of the tougher rinks to go play at. Just in my time in the WCHA, they play really well. They play very disciplined, especially at home. And so it'll be a very tough environment for us to generate offense. And if you look at, our series before, I felt like it was the same thing. They had to come here on a, final exam weekend. And so I'm sure they were a little tired. And so we were able to capitalize on some opportunities. And now we'll have to go up and try to kind of feel that same thing where we're going to be a little tired in this point of the season and they're going to be on home ice. And so I expect a really good series with two teams that are battling for position against each other. And we're hoping to just put our best foot forward and see what happens.
So what does it say about the mental fortitude of Maggie Malika, the freshman, giving up a goal 28 seconds in and then not giving up another one for the rest of the period, really just giving up 3 goals and having a perfect third period? What does it say about her mentality and that?
Yeah, Maggie's a special person, first of all, and she's gone through enough situations in life on the ice and off the ice that I don't think there's a whole lot that rattles her confidence and her belief in herself. So I think when I, certainly when a goal goes in that quickly, it's never a good thing. But you know, it was just really rewarding for her and fun for us to watch how she played, not only the rest of the first period, but the rest of the game. She clearly was, was not afraid of the moment, playing against, players who, were generating a lot of chances, a lot of possession. And I just was really proud of Maggie.
Joel, clearly on paper and more importantly with the eye test, you can just see a giant improvement from year one to year two. Can you talk about, is there one thing or two things that jump out to you as maybe the areas that really improve the most?
Yeah, I think the thing that jumps out to me is the attitude in which we approach each weekend. Last year, every weekend was new, every weekend was exciting. We were on the road, people had never been to certain places. And this year it's a much more business-like approach, but we still maintain that edge of, hey, any given day, we can maybe, surprise some people and perform a little bit over what on paper we should. And so I think we've got that really great combination of an attitude of belief in our group, an awareness of our situation, so we're not going to get frustrated, and yet just an excitement to be at the rink every day. And so I think when I look at the improvement, we didn't dramatically change our roster. We lost some players, we gained some players. So I think just the approach that our returning players and especially our seniors have is they now know what to expect week in and week out in the WCHA, which is a really tough league to play in. And I think that's one of the reasons why you're seeing more competitive games and more wins and losses than we had last year.
Any final questions from anybody? Final thoughts, Coach?
Nope, thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody.